Good afternoon. Welcome everybody. I'm Ziggy the Wine Gal, live from Use Expo and Taste Live. I couldn't be more excited because I've got Patrick with me and his winery, Krutz Family Cellars. Absolutely delicious wines, but today we get to taste Syrah. I love Syrah, and I don't think that enough people are talking about Syrah, and I'm so happy to be able to do a feature about Syrah. And to welcome you, this is my first Taste Live with you.
It is. We attempted to do one last year, but I had a little bit of the Irish flu last year, so it was a good time the night before. But yeah, thanks for having me on again. To the Taste Live and everything. So it's a pleasure to be here. We're doing the 2009 recently released Stagecoach Vineyard Syrah. We've been making Syrah from Stagecoach Vineyard, which is, for those who don't know, Stagecoach Vineyard is about 1,600 feet. It's a huge vineyard. It's about 800 acres. Part of it lays on Pritchard Hill, most of which is...
So we're talking Napa.
Yes, we're on the southeast side of Napa Valley, closer to Napa Town off of Silverado Trail.
Okay.
And so, it's a very large vineyard, and you get it's a mountainous vineyard. So the soil composition is volcanic rock and shrapnel up there, some Aiken soils, but it's on average 4 to 5 degrees cooler than the valley floor in your average growing season of April through October. So it's certainly a microclimate of its own. Love the fruit that I've been sourcing up there since 2004. I started with Cabernet Sauvignon, and now I'm getting Syrah, which I started in 2007. And this year is a little bit different, though. This is the first time I've played with co-fermenting personally Viognier to the project. So I got a little bit of Viognier from them up there. Fermented 5 tons of Syrah in the picking bins. Didn't have nice, pretty stainless steel tanks yet in 2009. So. All fermented in picking bins, some pretty 4 or 5 punch downs a day during fermentation, and pressed off in a half-ton Italian basket press with water bladder. So
it's nice to know that somebody still wants to use those in winemaking today.
Yeah, no, well, we've upgraded a little bit, but it's still the basket press style. But it's that was the most gentle way to press the wine. So it's literally a very as gentle, gently made as possible. Anyways,
how long have you been making wine?
Started in 2003 with a hobby level, kind of one barrel of Chardonnay and 1 barrel of Pinot Noir, and I was living in Carmel, Monterey area at the time before moving up to Sonoma County in 2005. Commercially, started kind of definitely going commercial with the 2006 vintage. So,
did you go to school for winemaking?
No, I didn't. I moved out from Jackson, Mississippi, where I'm from, in 2002.
I detected a little bit of an accent. I wasn't going to say anything, but I thought, maybe after I had a couple sips, I'd bring it up. Mm-hmm. So Mississippi, you moved out, and somehow you got the wine bug. So it's not like you grew up in the vineyards in Mississippi.
No,
right?
I wouldn't recommend drinking any of the muscadine from there. Scuppernong's not bad, but anyways, it's not known. Mississippi's not known for their wine business, but. I moved out to Carmel and started working at a place in downtown Carmel called the Cheese Shop.
I know that
well. And I was slinging and hustling cheese and wine there from 2002 to 2005. And anyways, two hobby level winemakers there at the time, and started volunteering my time, learning hands-on kind of self-taught approach. And it just kind of started from hobby to a little bit more production, and so finally up to about this particular bottling was 400 total cases. Total production now about 2,000 cases. So it's been.
But not the Syrah that we're having today only made 400 cases, I think, right?
Correct.
So altogether a couple thousand cases, but really you do a lot of different varietals where you're really only doing 400 cases here, 200 cases there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So totally handcrafted. This is true artisan wine. When a lot of folks, I think, are name dropping the artisan name out there, I look at Patrick and I go, this really is truly artisan winemaking, where you're handcrafting everything from grape to glass in small lots. And your co-ferment this year, really the expression with this wine has a beautiful, sexy, kind of floral integration with it.
Absolutely.
Which I get a lot with the Rhone wines. And
very cobra tea, and it kind of brings out some of the bluer fruits as well. There's blueberries on the bouquet,
and Cellar Mistress just tuned in, and she says that she thinks it's nice perfume. She wants to just dab a little behind her ears. But I get some beautiful violet, and at the same time, bacon. I mean, that's another adjective that's thrown out there sometimes to describe Syrah. I get a nice earthiness in this, but it's not offsetting. To me, it just is a beautiful expression of the fruit, of the sense of place, and I mean, with Stagecoach, it's just a legendary vineyard, and that whole appellation where the Stagecoach vineyard is located is just beautiful. And you look at the soils are rich and red and dark and intense, and it's beautiful. And I hope that you continue to co-ferment with the Viognier for all the next vintages of Syrah that you're going to do, because I think it makes all the difference.
Yeah, it does.
Really do.
And I did 07 and 2008 with 100% Syrah, and it was. I really like those. I like them both ways, and I mainly did it just. I wanted to experiment with the Viognier. I've been blending a little bit of Viognier with my Chardonnay project, and just thought it was time to play with it a little bit in the red and the Syrah.
Yeah.
And it's so I'm interested to see how my loyal clientele that's used to 100% Syrah. Take on and mix up the Viognier.
Well, Decanter Wine Dude is tuned in. Thank you for tuning in to Taste Live. He says it's a beautiful, nice, cool Syrah. Really, really enjoys it. And Gonzo Gastronomy is Katie. She's that's what I couldn't pronounce over and over again off camera. She says that your Cabernet has restored her faith in California cabs. And just a minute ago, when I mentioned your small lots, and I agree with that. I mean, absolutely delicious. And she loves the meaty, smoky earthiness. She says it's fantastic. So thank you for tuning in, Katie. We really appreciate it. Now, if folks want to learn more, you can go to Krutz Family Cellars. That's KRUTZ, familysellars.com, right?
Yep.
They can learn more about you, your winemaking style, all the different vineyard designates that you're doing, or appellation designate wines that you're doing. And, you've been a big fan of music and Musexpo. Last year I met you, really got to hang out with you for the first time. Not a stellar example of how we were hanging out last night here at Musexpo, but it's so wonderful to be able to have the wines integrated with the music, and it just takes you to a whole new place. Really and truly does.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of we recently launched house band wines, and there's a lot of music correlation even in my Krutz Family Cellars. The Cabernet Sauvignon that I do ever since 2004, been using Billy Martin, his work, percussionist from Medeski, Martin and Wood. And anyways, it's an art label that changes every year. Just growing up in Mississippi, you've got sports with Manly College, you've got food, you got music, and you got booze, and that's what you grow up with in the South, and it's part of your life. And so if I can try to make a living on two of those things, I've got a pretty damn good job. So
that's right. That's right.
It's certainly enjoyable. So
and you have a tasting room now. Let's try and get folks into your tasting room. It's a fun little tasting room to visit in Santa Rosa at the Vintner Square.
Yeah, we got a little bocce ball court in the back, and I got my grill. So you can come out and make a reservation. We'll do local cheeses paired with local sausages. And it's just a way to come and hang out, food, wine, and roll some balls and taste some barrels, and end up having a good time. So.
All right, that sounds great.
And you can book everything through Cellar Pass. We've got a couple different options. You can go to the full meal deal with the barbecue and everything for $50, and that comes with a reserve taste and pull something out of the cellar.
Wow,
and,
fancy.
And then barrel tasting as well. So there's a $30 tasting, and then your $15 tasting. So, but y'all come, please see me anytime y'all are in our area. We'd love to have any of you guys out that are
good. So you can go to cellarpass.com to get hip to that deal. And again, KrutzFamilyCellars.com. And I'm Ziggy the Wine Gal, live from Musexpo and Taste Live. Thank you, Patrick, for being on.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Cheers.
Good to see you again.
All right.